more and more Errol Spence fans are echoing Terrence Crawford's fans. It's got to the point now where the two are sounding the same. And eventually, if you were going to be any bit of a thoroughbred in your thinking, and as far as your bias goes, it was going to end up this way anyway. So it's no shock to me that Errol Spence fans are now sounding like Terrence Bud Crawford fans, because the only thing you had to do at the end of the day is be real with yourself. And people keep asking Errol Spence fans primarily because this is what I'm speaking on. I'm not speaking on what Crawford supporters or fans are wanting to see. I'm strictly paying attention to what Errol Spence fans are saying and what they say to me and what I see they say to each other and what I see they say to Errol. And it looks like it has gotten to that point where they fed up and you no longer can deny what we've been seeing this whole time. It's Errol Spence. It's always been Errol Spence. It's never been nothing else. The fact that anybody would even conceive the notion of Bud Crawford not wanting to fight Errol Spence, it doesn't make no sense, because the only thing you got to do is check a person's track record. You don't get to become what Bud is, acting like Errol, or not wanting to fight, or bullshitting, or acting like the big fish, or you're too good to do this, or you're too good to do that, or I'm A-side this, and I'm A. You don't get to where Bud at with that type of attitude. The proof is in the pudding. If you had to go on these guys' track record and you look behind their name at what Crawford has been doing and has done and what Errol Spence has been doing and has been done, which one of these paths shows you the person who's actually bullshitting versus the person who's actually trying to get shit done? It's not hard to figure out. It's not. And as a fan, because this is a fan that's writing this to him, if they say, hey man, you're not active, you're not fighting, listen, because a supporter can only support you for so long, and they're only going to take so many hits trying to argue and defend you and all this other stuff without eventually come to the realization, man, you on some BS. So they basically just step to Errol and say, man, what's good? You not active. You not doing nothing, man. When are you announcing a fight? What are you doing? You talking about this TV show and that over here. But as a fan of you, I'm asking you, what's up? Why are you not active? And the best thing Errol Spence has to provide for y'all is strip me. Like, that's your response, champ? That's your response, Mr. I want to be undisputed? That's your response? Strip me? But see, y'all taking it the wrong way. Errol Spence can only do what people allow him to do. So I'm saying that to say this. Don't hop on Errol for his inactivity. It is what it is. But don't hop on him for that. Okay? Take it a level higher. All right? Errol Spence is a unified fighter who's holding belts under an organization. I think before y'all even step to Errol about his lack of activity, I think you should take it to the organizations and the fact that they allow people like this to be inactive and still hold the belt. See, this shows you that those belts, they don't mean a damn thing in boxing. They don't. Because had the organization just stood by their rules alone, stuff like this wouldn't happen. If they actually put their rules into play, stuff like this wouldn't happen. If the WBC was actually about doing what they said that their rules was about, stuff like this wouldn't happen. Stuff like Jamal Charlo wouldn't happen. So yeah, it's cool to say, oh, Spence, you inactive, this and that. Yeah, that's true, but you know, whatever. But Spence holding belts. Where's these organizations demanding you fight this person, a top 10 fighter, at least every 2 years or every year? Where's all that stuff at? It just goes to show you that at the end of the day, the rules in boxing, it's all beat. This sport is BS from top to bottom because nothing is consistent. And the climate will always change depending on who we analyzing and who we talking about. You know, this is cool, then when this person do it, it's not cool. You're allowed to do this, then you're not allowed to do this. Then I'm going to apply the rules to you. Then I'm gonna let you bend the rules. I mean, this all goes back to the organization before you can even get to Spence. Spence is only doing what they allowed him to do. So while I think you should check Spence about his inactivity and stuff like that, you also need to check these sanctioning bodies who's allowing this shit to happen at the end of the day. Because he's the one that they're paying fees to. And they're the one that has these rules that they never seem to want to apply when the time is right. So we have to look at the thing full circle and not just one-sided. That's just my opinion on this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.